What is up, lads? It is the Midnight Kid and welcome to another PES 2019 video. But today we are not taking a look at PES 2019 on consoles or PC. We're taking a look at PES 2019 on mobile devices, or PES Mobile. So it's something different, obviously. Let me know if it's something that would interest you, or let me know in the comments below if PES Mobile is something that you guys are playing. Or, you know, some people hate it, some people love it, some people don't even know what it is. So we're going to do a quick rundown of it. We're going to cover graphics, gameplay, controls, and the appeal of the game, and pretty much just give a quick overview of what the whole game is about, the mode is about, and see what you guys think of it. So we're going to start off when you first download the game, and if you haven't downloaded the game and you just want to check out what it's all about, this is the video for you. So we're going to download the game, we're going to open it up, and we're going to be launched straight into a training mode. Now this training mode is pretty much just to teach you the basic controls of PES Mobile. We'll get onto the controls a little later on in the video. But as you can see here, I'm going to skip a couple of the tutorials, but there's about 6 of them in total, I think. Covers passing, shooting, defending, corners, I think, and there's a couple of different ones as well with the pressing and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's a very simple way of getting introduced to the mode and getting introduced to the overall gameplay. It then throws you in to a tutorial match. Now, we're going to be playing as Barcelona versus Schalke here, and obviously Barcelona are just ridiculously, you know, stacked in terms of players. You know, you've got Messi and Suarez, obviously pulling the strings, Busquets, obviously in the DMF, just holding everything down. And Piqué, who's probably the most overpowered player in the entire game on console, is also a mighty beast in PES 2019 Mobile. So we're going to actually win this game. But it's difficult, man. It's difficult. It's difficult to spread the ball around. I mean, we'll get into the gameplay just after I talk about the graphics. So speaking of graphics, we're going to start there. And I'm playing on an iPhone X. We're playing on medium settings. You can play on low, medium, or high settings. I think most people will play on medium. I've heard some people that are on older phones and it runs on low settings, it looks pretty shitty. But I think it looks pretty decent on medium settings, and it doesn't obviously wear your battery down as quick. And the animations and all that, I mean, the graphics themselves there's not going to be a massive difference between medium and high, you know, compared to if you're on the go, if you're, you know, traveling or whatever. You don't want your battery being absolutely eaten alive just to play it on the high settings, because it doesn't affect anything else other than it looks a little prettier, and that's something that I'm not, you know, too concerned with on a mobile game, to be fair. So the graphics do their job. They look quite nice. You'll see a couple of the animations and the celebrations and stuff I think look pretty decent. You'll see me score a goal later on in the video. I do score one, but I actually skipped the celebration. I think it's just here. Busquets swings it in and Suarez is at the back post for a typical Suarez goal. But I skipped that celebration because I didn't know what I was doing. My clumsy fingers are all over the place. And speaking of clumsy fingers, you'll see the left stick on the left hand of the screen that controls the player's direction, where they're running or whatever, where they're facing. That's just going 90. It's like a yo-yo, in and out all the time, because I was grappling for control of it. It's very hard to play on a screen. I mean, you're so used to playing on a, you know, an actual proper analog stick, or a D-pad even for those old school PES people. But Messi here is going to get a goal, a nice little finish from Messi. Now I'm going to do the goal celebration here. And as you can see here, it looks pretty decent. There's a full range of animations and a full range of celebrations in, so it looks pretty decent. And I was impressed with that, but in terms of the actual graphics, I mean, there's just no way that they're going to compare to PC or console or anything like that, especially if you've got a Pro or an X. It's not going to compare. But for a mobile game, I think you would agree that it looks pretty decent. And this video is just about me, I suppose. Look at me bashing the dash there, just trying to get another goal with Messi. Am I going to sweat it across, or am I going to try and finish? There's an easy tap in with Messi into the bottom low. And again, you can see here Messi with his trademark celebration, and it looks pretty decent. So graphics for me, lads, let me know what you think. Obviously, you can see there that I absolutely destroyed Schalke, but that was to be expected. So that is the tutorial done and dusted. As I said, there's a couple of training modes just to teach you the ropes, and then you play a match, and then you're actually going to go out into the actual mode proper. Now here is an interesting thing as well. This is just where you select your team, you select your team name, you select where your hometown is. Very similar to myClub on consoles for PES 2019. As you can see here, there's a range of licensed leagues. Obviously you can't load up an option file onto mobile devices, so in case you're wondering there, you can't do that. But you can see here that the J-League 1 and the J-League Division 2 is in, which is an interesting inclusion for the mobile game. And that is something to watch out for over the next couple of months. Now I'm going to pick Celtic, and I'm pretty much just going to fill out all my information here. I'm not going to bore you with this. You pretty much just fill out everything. Your nationality, everything. Your model team name, your team name, everything like that. And it's quite simple, it's quite slick. I think the actual interface and the overall user friendliness of the design of the mode is basic, but it works. I mean, it's simple. It's all touchscreen, obviously, with a phone, but it's quite simple. One thing I would like to see, and I'll touch on in a little bit, is proper support for Bluetooth controllers. But we'll get to that in a second. So we're going to choose a manager here. Obviously, you can pick whichever manager that suits your formation. To be honest with you, lads, I mean, the gameplay is that little bit too basic for there to be massive changes in tactics and formations and stuff. And it's not like something, you know, that you're going to be... There's not going to be a massive difference in terms of, you know, who you sign as a manager. Because, you know, I played a couple of matches since I recorded this video. And it's just kind of, it just blurs into one. I mean, I was going to pick this manager 3 at the back, and I was thinking, no, I'm actually going to just pick my tried and tested normal formation that I always pick in console versions every year. And this is just your basic manager that you're going to be playing as. It's not a massive deal. There is some good managers there, obviously, but they've all got the same stats, same adaptability, same manager skills to start you off with. So this 4-3-1-2 with counter-attacking is probably where I was going to go all the time. So it then jumps you into the main overview of the entire mode, and it's going to take you in to change your lineup. You choose your squad. You can choose, you know, from your subs who you actually want on the main team. You can bring up your team spirit. It's very identical to myClub. You've got team spirit, team strength. You've got all your player costs and your management costs, your management skills. For people that haven't played PES 2019 or 18 and don't know what myClub is all about, this is a very good introduction for free. I mean, PES 2019 Lite is out at the moment as well. So, I mean, if you pick up this and you pick up PES 2019 Lite, it's very easy to kind of switch between the two of them because the interfaces and the actual way that the game mode is designed is pretty much similar between, you know, console, PC, and mobile. So, I like that. It's a bit too basic for my liking. For a console version. Obviously for the mobile it works quite well, but I suppose I could see why they wanted to keep it, you know, what's that word? I suppose they wanted to keep it the same for both and current to the both, so that it wasn't going to be messed around with too many different elements or different design features. So I mean, as you can see here, the depth of the mode is pretty much the same as myClub. You can train players, you can obviously, you know, spin new players. The old ball animation, which we'll see in a second, is still in this, so it's actually a mixture between packs and balls. As you can see, I'm just training the Abbey here, who's probably my best player at an overall 69 rating as my centre forward. I've got a pretty poor team, as you can see there. So once you've completed the tutorial, you're going to get a couple of different options. So you can go into the clubhouse and you can have a look at your team, your squad management. You can have a look at achievements. And the achievements are quite nice in this because they seem to be daily. They seem to be a lot of stuff happening, so that even if you're logging in every day, you're going to get the login bonus the same way as you get the login bonus on console editions of the game. And you're also going to be getting a login bonus on this so that you can spin balls and spin players, that if you improve your squad, you also get rewarded for improving your squad. So you can have a look at those through those achievements at your own time. Obviously you get everything. You seem to get coins for everything. There seems to be a big emphasis on giving you coins, but also a big emphasis on that if you do want a top class team, you're probably going to have to be signing in regularly for weeks and weeks until you're able to open a lot of balls and a lot of packs. So one thing I do like about it is the club tours. Now this is kind of a new thing. This is not in PES 2019 on console editions to this degree. It is in a different way because you can play the com in different, you know, weekly things. But I like the way that these matches stack up, and you'll see what I mean at the end of this. So there's just this, I don't know what this code was there for a while, but I just kept spam and retry, and eventually I got Shakhtar Donetsk. It's a strange matchmaking error because I was only playing against, you know, I was only playing against the computer or the AI. I wasn't even playing against a different opponent. But what I mean is with the campaigns and the club tour and stuff like that, there is a version of that and it's very similar to the console editions, but I think it's better because there seems to be stacked rewards, and you'll see what I mean when we go out with this screen, or maybe in the next video if I do it. I'm not too sure if I'll put it in at the end of this video. I don't want to keep this video too long. But we're just going to give a quick match here against Shakhtar Donetsk, and that's going to be a nice segue into controls. So as you can see here, I am really struggling to just kind of I just kind of passed the ball around exactly where I wanted to go. I mean, I'm literally moving the analog stick, the digital analog stick, the digstick, whatever you want to call it. I'm moving that all over the place, and I don't really feel comfortable using this kind of touchscreen model. It's not something that I would be a massive fan of. I like it when it works, but it is kind of too hard. Now that was a nice little dribble there and an absolute brilliant shot, and that was probably my best move of the game. But I just felt that, it's so hard to get used because I don't play on mobile devices. I mean, I have a Switch, and I'm always playing that on the go. And if I'm not, I'm either playing the PS4 at home, or you're on your laptop using a pad or whatever it is. And it is difficult to get used to a mobile device. Now, some people I know that have like literally spent hundreds of hours playing mobile games all year. And I'm not just talking about Candy Crush. I'm talking about different games that they enjoy playing, like older games. And stuff like that. But I just was never a massive fan of like having an actual digital buttons to press and a digital stick and stuff like that. And I was getting confused. I think the placement of where the pass button is and the dash button being at the two bottoms, it took me a while to get to grips with like my fingers. My muscle memory wasn't kicking in because usually, on console editions, or if you're playing with a pad in your hand, you're obviously pressing R1 or whatever to sprint or to turn or to stop the ball. And the controls of this game are so basic and so simplified compared to the console. There's no double touch, there's no auto cancel. The slide tackling, I mean, is the only way to press. The pressing is all automatic, so it kind of homes in on you. And you'll see I was trying to get to grips with that because Shackner taught me a lesson in this game. But I was trying to get to grips with the actual controls in terms of the pressing. That's one thing I don't enjoy at all, is the pressing. Because pretty much I was trying to run and press at the same time. But when you press, it pretty much just is like old school PES, lock on, home and missile, take the ball. So you pretty much just hold press and he will go in the direction of the ball. He'll just run straight in a straight line and chase down the ball all the time. So not dissimilar to the way that pressure works in the console editions when you hold square to get a man off the ball. But this seems to be a little bit more on rails, which is expected, I suppose, for a mobile game. But it's something that I found very difficult to get to grips with. I think it works to simplify the controls. I think it's a good choice, I suppose. You can see there I just took a rash shot from long range, and that wasn't to get GP, that was because I pressed the wrong button. So it will take me a while to get to grips, and again there you can see I tried to press and run at the same time and it just took me off the player. That was a good tackle though. The slide tackling is quite nice. It is something that I will probably definitely continue to play, but it's not something that I'm going to be playing instead of PES on consoles, I suppose, because of the controls. Now, this is what I'm talking about with the stacked rewards. You can see here that you play every match has a meaning. You get different event completion rewards, even if you just score. But there's different challenges and tasks that you can do, such as you'll see maybe in the next screen, or I'm not too sure, but every time you win something you get rewarded, which is quite nice. And there's different tasks you might see in the next episode where if one task would be to score 1 goal in a game, the next one will be to score 3 goals, then it'll be to win by 2 goals. If your opponent scores 3, you have to score 5, and so on. So the appeal of the game is probably on people that want to put money into it. You can see the microtransactions here. It's probably for people that want to put money into the game, want to build an absolute beast squad. And that's probably good in a way. I mean, PES Mobile is massive worldwide. It's, one of the, I think it had over 100 million downloads last year. So it's incredibly popular across the world. Controls, I would say, are pretty decent if you learn them in terms of the touchscreen. I mean, let me know in the comments below, do you guys actually like touch controls? Because I'm not a massive fan. I would like a Bluetooth enabled controller, or even a way to actually have it properly in my hand where you had buttons. I mean, if you could link this up to a PS4 pad or something like that, it would be absolutely amazing. I know that'd be impossible, but it would be amazing. Because, you'd have the basic gameplay, but you'd be able to play PES on the go all the time. I mean, especially if you could hook it up to an iPad or something. So yeah, I mean, overall, I would think that PES Mobile is for people that want to put in, time into it, log in every day, get the bonuses, and build a beast squad. But let me know. This is just a quick rundown. Let me know if you want more videos of this. Let me know if you'd actually like to see me do a series on this. But other than that, it's been a pleasure, lads. I've been the Midnight Kid. I'll be back with some more content soon. Make sure and check out PESUniverse.com for all your PES 2019 needs. Happy Christmas if I don't get on to you before that, and have a happy new year as well. But that's it. Peace. Will you check out PES Mobile? or has this video made up your mind for you that it's not for you? Let me know in the comments below, lads. I'll talk to you in a bit.